So, Christian, you've completed the transatlantic, had an interesting time preparing in Antigua. Now you're actually in Cologne, in Panama. That's tick the box for leg one. Next leg is a monster. Let's go right the way back to the transatlantic race.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that? What's your impression? You know, how do you put your head around that? Try not to think about leg one of the MGR. Just sort of.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the essence of it all is really, I really enjoyed it, and I was not sure if this was going to be the case because I never did ocean crossings before, never sailed single-handedly, and for such a long time, untested boat. So I was really happy to, just to be able to complete it and to feel good in this. Because that was my main concern. Maybe I'm not satisfied, or I'm going to step off the boat and say, okay, that was it. It's moving too much, or something like that. So I wouldn't like it, but I actually did, and I'm really confident with the boat, and I had fun.
That was one thing that you always said from the very beginning. You said, yes, you've entered the MGR, but let's wait and see what you're feeling like when you get to Antigua.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was a hard decision during the build, because I was not able to do the Transat and then decide if I'm going to do the MGR, like I wanted to do when we met first in 21 in Lagos. So it was a tough decision to make, and to say, okay, anyway, I'm try to do the MGR. And
so
here I am. Yeah.
So the decision then to roll over to the MGR was obviously it was a great voyage for you. The boat looked really good when you got there. There's a sense of pride and all the rest of it, but there's also this sense of family with the other entrants in the race. Right. So there's lots of reasons to continue on with the MGR.
Yeah.
How do you separate all of that, or is it just one big mix and said, yeah, let's go, keep going?
I think it's one big mix.
Yeah.
Everything just fits perfectly together. So the experiences at sea, sometimes I had rough nights where I was not so happy. As I told before, having noises on the boat that I couldn't figure out where they were coming from, and I was a bit afraid that the keel could fall off, because there were some vibrations on the keel all the time, but in one night there was something different, something else was vibrating, and I couldn't figure it out what it was, and some cracking noises. Is the world gonna hold? I don't know. And the next day I just had perfect sailing conditions. Was really enjoying myself, hand steering, and I really liked the boat.
Okay. So
in the end, I'm confident.
There must have been times, and this is human nature to a degree, self-doubt, fear of the unknown, all those sorts of things. But were there times during the transatlantic race where you thought, I don't think I continue and do the MGR?
I wasn't thinking that far at the time. I was just going from one day to the next. Because it's been the longest journey I've done so far, and I was just going from one day to the next.
Yeah.
So that worked.
So how do you feel as a solo sailor now? That must have been an interesting aspect. By the time you got to Antigua, is that, sheesh, I've just done it. Did you ever feel a sense of sort of wow?
Yeah, I did. It took me a few days to calm down, to realize what it just did, which is. I was dreaming about this a lot, and I think for many sailors it's a dream to cross an ocean, and because I was thinking about this for a long time. It comes, it's a part of me. So I didn't feel special to do it. I know it was a big challenge to do it with a boat that I built myself, but that was part of my dream before. So, with the family background, that was also some kind of natural thing to do for me. But I didn't feel that special when I arrived, and but it was really nice to see how other people reacted. Okay, which I just did. I've got no experience. I never crossed an ocean before on a bigger boat. I don't know what it's like. But other people came and told us, "Oh, you're crazy, you're kidding, in a 19-foot boat, home built, you get smacked around all the time." Yeah, that's what it is. And so they said, okay, you've done some crazy stuff that most people wouldn't do. And it was, yeah, it was a funny moment. And as you said, we're all the sailors together. We're a really good family. We were connected already in Lagos because we know each other from social media, from building the boats, from the chats and forum from building the boat, and we, with every part of the race, with every step further, we're more connected and share some experiences. Yeah, not the same, but similar experiences, and that's really puts us together as a family. And we had such a great time in Antigua, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. So now, your boat's out on the hard here, getting ready to go across to the other side. Do you often sort of step back a few metres and look at the boat and think, wow?
I still like the boat. Yeah. I always try to improve the boat, which I have to do on in the marina or now on the hard, because underway I wasn't able to do anything. The boat is moving so much, even in calm weather, just because of an old wave that's still there. And I didn't feel like getting my tools sorted and putting the drill out and looking for screws and stuff.
Yeah.
Couldn't do anything on the way. So I've got to do it here. I'm going to do it step by step. It always takes more time than I expect.
Yeah.
like the building. Yeah. So.
But you must feel proud every now and then,
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so now the stage that you're at sailing wise, like you can step aboard your boat and just take off and go. How, if you were saying to someone that was thinking about doing something similar, who didn't have a lot of experience in this, that and the other, what would you say to them, in terms of, what they should do or shouldn't do to get this far, like to prepare? What's the telling story, what advice or opinion?
It's difficult to say. There's a quote, I think it's from a German sailor, Boris Herrmann, who just finished the second Vendée Globe, and he once said, "Is there a bigger risk in life than not to realize or not to fulfill your biggest dreams?" And everyone who's into sailing and who likes adventure and likes to do that kind of stuff, I can only advise just do it, and do it as long as you have, as you're able to do it. You never know. Don't push it to the future. One day I will do this, or one day I will do that. So that was basically the motto during my build. Yeah, there's life's too short for one day.
Yeah.
So do it now and just start, and it's a pretty cool thing. And there are hard times, but there are more good times. So I could just advise do it.
Yeah. So we're probably about I don't know. It was 3 weeks ago or more, 4 weeks ago. You finished the transatlantic. What do you have any bad memories, or some memory of something that wasn't nice? What was your biggest challenge when you're out there on that one? And I know mentally you tend to forget about all the bad times and just remember the good times. But can you think of a low point in the transatlantic?
That's difficult to say. During the transat, I was so busy all the time, and I didn't came to get a really good rest and start thinking about life and the big things. So it was, because it was all new to me. I just I was busy all the time.
Yeah.
That changed during the first leg, even if it was a short one. Changed during the first leg of the MGR. There were no particular moments on the transit so far.
Yeah.
But,
I think it's too far gone anyway. Now it's all here and now. But anyway, so
Yeah,
you
right,
see,
yeah.
so you've now sort of stepped across the line. You had a great start from Antigua. You're here in Panama. First leg of the MGR, and it was quite challenging in its own way with the currents and the short steep waves and all that sort of stuff.
completely different. So
Yeah, completely different. So how did you relate to that? What's your feeling having now completed that leg? You know, your reflections on that leg.
It was tough sometimes. It was completely different, and I didn't think that far beforehand. To have a look at the currents or what kind of weather might occur there. Is there some special thing? So people just told me, okay, you just passed the so-called mini Cape Horn. I never heard of that before. So because I just was focused on other things to get my boat ready, basically.
Yeah.
I had an idea how it will be to cross the Atlantic and the trade winds, but the Caribbean Sea was another thing, and sometimes it was really difficult. I had one evening where I didn't feel safe in the cockpit, and that was a bit scary. But yeah, I've got a solution for that. So just to go inside, of course.
Go below. Yeah. Why didn't you? Can you describe the conditions? You know, when you say it was a bit scary in the cockpit.
Yeah. I like to sail in the evening, and I like to sail when it gets dark. I used to do that when we were sailing lasers to get a better feeling for the boat. So we just sailed blindfolded, and another one was watching, or we were going out at night. So in complete dark to get a good feeling for the boat. And I always liked it. And I did that on Argo too. So I sailed in the evening, had the same, because sometimes it was hand steering, or even if I just were babysitting the wind pilot, I was out and had the same sail set than I had when it was still daylight. And it might occur that you're then when it's in the dark that you're overpowered. It's more challenging to get your sails arranged, or maneuvers. You have to even be more prepared and think things through before you go on the deck. So sometimes it's challenging, but I really liked to do it. And I was hand steering at the time and had many sails up. Nav lights were off, so I was really in the dark. So no distractions. And I think that's okay as long as I'm in the cockpit and on watch. And the wind picked up a bit, and the seas were a bit crossing on the day too. So from two different angles, and which made some nice surfs when you were at the right spot to go down the wave. That was good. And at night, I must have been in an area where there were stronger currents. So it was winds against currents, and the seas were building up. Were getting steeper, and the boat. It was not really overpowered, but because the waves changed, it was more challenging to steer, and because it was dark, the boat was. It was not so easy to steer through the waves, and the boat was really going from one side to the other, from 1 second to the next, and it scooped water. When the boat was really heeled over, the water comes over the cockpit sides, and this happened. That within 1 second I got water from both sides. The boat was really moving from one side to the other. So no chance that I could get my feet from the one side on the other side to balance there. So I was doing kind of handstand in the boat on the other side, And that was the first time when I didn't feel safe in the cockpit. Usually I really do, because I've got metal railing wires, I've got a solid rail in the back, and I've got my points to clip on really low, so I feel pretty safe all the time.
Yeah.
But that was a bit scary. So yeah, I said, okay, the waves are getting crazy at the moment. It's not too much sail, but yeah, let's just go down for a while and have a look how it develops. Of course, I would have, in case I would have gone to the cockpit again for sure. And the setup was that I didn't have to go to the foredeck to reduce sail area, so I could do everything from the cockpit. But at that point, I didn't want to stay out any longer.
Okay, yeah, I believe it. Okay, so what about the issue of living on board for that length of time? I mean, you've got the big one coming up next, it could be 40, 50 days or something.
Yeah.
But how do you enjoy it? Is it too hot and sticky, or how do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's sticky sometimes. I've got another ventilator, a solar vent coming with a package from Germany, so that hopefully will be a bit better then, to get a better airflow inside the boat. It was pretty hot inside, so I was wearing a hat and long sleeves, and for UV protection I was sitting in the cockpit, and even there you just melt away sometimes. it's like that. That's just temperature. But from the distance of the voyage, of course, the next one is the big one. But even on the small leg here, it was only 8 days, I think. 9 days.
Yeah, that was crazy fast.
It felt to be
really quick,
quite fast too. Yeah, it was good. But even on this short leg, I had more rest than I had on the transat. Maybe I feel more confident in the boat, and so things already start going. What I was expecting to happen on the next leg, on the big one.
Yeah.
That you think about life, what's happening now, what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that. I'm not scared of that.
You're looking forward to the next leg?
Yeah. I'm not afraid of being alone for such a long time.
Well, it's really interesting, because you actually have this situation where the transatlantic is one voyage in itself. This pretty quick stint across to Panama is like just a blast, but it's the start of the MGR. Then all of a sudden you're going to be in the Pacific, and the Pacific is completely different again. And so it goes down the road, and by the time you get through the next one, you're going to be partway around the world very quickly. It's quite a strange way from our perspective, looking at you guys. It's quite exciting. But how do you sort of relate to that fact? Pacific is next.
I always love to go there. One of my favorite pictures since I started building the boat and thinking about the MGR is the Earth from space from the Pacific side. Kerry likes this picture too. He just had it and was talking about that too. And that was the picture I showed all the people who were visiting me in my workshop during the build. That's where I'm going to go, because they say, okay, Atlantic, that's really big. And I said, okay, Atlantic, the big, look at this. And I really love to go there. It's unknown to me. It's completely new, and I want to find out what it's like and what it does to me.
You'll see some amazing stuff. It's going to get quite interesting, but it's certainly a slog. So okay, so we're sort of slowly getting organised. The boat should be across the other side soon. And then you've got to gear up for this long leg, and no one knows how long it's going to take. How much water you reckon you're going to load on the other side before you leave on this leg?
I drink much water. I drink even on land when I don't pay attention and don't measure it. I drink up to 8 liters a day.
Wow!
So that was always a challenge when I was thinking about the voyage, how I'm going to deal with that. And I tried to I put marks on my water bottles and only drank a small sip. And that was the way to go. I could reduce that and was feeling quite good with less water. The original calculation was to use 4 liters a day, but on my way here and on the last days of the transit, I found it's not enough. It's not enough. I'm going to need maybe a bit more. So yeah, I will take some serious amount of water with me.
Yeah.
Just in case. I think I'm prepared if it would ever take longer. I've got a desalination device manual coming from Quench C, so that's it's going to be sealed, but just in case. I'm going to be. I'm prepared for that. So.
Yeah. Okay. You have the Quench C, the new one. Big one.
I don't know which model is it at the moment.
Type 3.
Is it already Type 3?
Type 3, yeah. It's a copy of the Survivor 35. And
I like
it looks quite good.
The original concept, and I invested, I don't know, at the beginning of the building the boat, for quite a long time. And the first 2 units they sent to me from the first batch, they were leaking, so I flooded my living room trying it out. But no, I hope.
Okay, well that'll be interesting. Yep, no worries. All right, so there's not really, it's just more of the same for you. You've planning, preparation, execution of the transatlantic was good. Same again for this first leg here. There's anything you're going to change dramatically on your approach or anything you're doing now, this next leg, leg 2 of the MGR?
No, not really. No, not really.
It's all set up.
Different. It's set up. There are things that I would do differently on the next 580.
Yeah.
But I can change them now. This is concerning cockpit size and stuff. So to have a little bit more space there. But many things that I was thinking about, I've thought a lot about it during the build. How can I do things differently to optimize the thing to be more suitable to me? And that was satisfying in the process because many of the things worked out well. Yeah, not all of them, unfortunately, but most of the things worked out well. And so there's some things that are just too big to change now. And, but I'm fine. So I'm getting used to the boat. I'm learning from day to day how to handle it better.
Yep.
On my way here, I found out so speed is not really the problem with the boat, even if it's the heaviest hull in the fleet. Speed is quite good. So it's me.
So what about comms, like keeping up with family and friends and everything when you're on board? What are you actually using?
I used the Iridium Go Exec for now, which didn't work on the Transat very well. It worked better with a new phone. Jessie just lent me her phone, and one of her spare phones in Antigua, and I've got another one's coming now. It was better, but it's not reliable to get even small text messages out. So for the last 2 days on the first leg of the MGR, I couldn't load the tracker. I couldn't send any WhatsApps out or stuff. I'm a bit torn with all the communication stuff because on the one hand, I really love to keep family and friends and followers updated what I'm doing, to share things what I'm doing, to maybe hopefully be an inspiration for some who want to do a similar thing. But on the other hand, I'm doing the voyage to get a bit rid of all the 24/7 availability and stuff. So I'm a bit torn on that. So
That's cool. Yeah. So the one thing that just completely blows me away is the power. In fact, with all our events, with the GGR and the OGR and this one, it's always been a bit of a camaraderie with all the entrants and so on. And it's the first event of their types and this, that, and the other. But this is the extreme, as in all the entrants are so close. Everything that's happened together. It is hard to describe. It's very powerful. And I really believe that it's going to really have a big bearing on the number of boats that are going to finish this challenge, all the way around the world. Can you just describe your take on the family, the MGR family?
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Just amazing. Didn't expect that to happen, and it's such a good camaraderie between us, and everyone's helping each other's out. And if there's some sort of problem, no matter what it is, we just talk to each other, help each other, and that's really good. That's really good. And I made so many new friends with these guys. It's really, really amazing. And I said it before. I wish all of us the best to be able to finish the race. Yeah, the statistics are for solo sailing, solo races around the world are against us. That I think it's never happened. I'm not so into statistics actually, but I don't remember solo circumnavigation, even if it's with stopovers, that all of the competitors could finish it. I think it would be the first time, but I hope that will happen in this case.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you like to say to your followers and fans? Anything in particular,
As I said, I really love to keep you guys updated what's happening here, and just to give you a bit of impression what it's like to do that kind of adventure and what it does to me. So I try to be really open on that, and I hope you enjoy it, and that you continue following the race, all the MGR.
Too true. What's to finally wrap it up? What's the one thing you're looking forward to in the next leg? Anything at all? What's drawing you on? What do you think is the best part about the next leg?
It's just the imagination of crossing this really, really huge ocean in a boat that I built myself and on my own. And I don't know what it's like, but I really want to go there and can't wait.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Christian. Fantastic.
Thank you, Don.
We'll wrap it up there and hit this, and it's all over, I think.